Yo, what's going on guys, it's Abz here and welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen video. So in this video I'm going to be explaining the domain expansion and everything you need to know surrounding the domain expansion and how it works, its uses, its drawbacks, etc. So as always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. And yeah, let's dive straight into it. So firstly, let me explain what a domain is in Jujutsu Kaisen. So an innate domain is an area created in the user's mind that can be manifested using cursed energy. They are normally realized utilizing domain expansion, which is a barrier technique that manifests the domain by constructing an area that traps the user's target inside. So what is the domain expansion? So the domain expansion is an advanced barrier technique that manifests the user's domain and allows the user to trap their target inside using a barrier wall to create a separate space. And the domain expansion is the most supreme ability of any Jujutsu user, so it's basically like an ultimate. So by using a barrier technique to create a separate space, the user can realize their innate domain with cursed energy and trap their target within it. So once inside, the user's Jujutsu is greatly amplified and any attack deployed is a guaranteed hit. And it looks like using a hand sign or signal of some sort unique to the technique is one of the requirements to activate the domain expansion. And as the domain expansion is the most supreme ability of any Jujutsu user, manifesting an innate domain with cursed energy requires a lot of power. And erecting a barrier requires even more, so the domain expansion is a difficult technique to learn that most high level sorcerers are never able to master. Among cursed spirits, only special grades like Mahito, Dagon and Jogo have shown the ability to use domain expansion. So like I said, the domain expansion is the most supreme ability of any Jujutsu user. But what are its drawbacks? Well, the domain expansion requires an immense amount of cursed energy and the user's innate technique will become unstable for a brief time after deactivating their domain. Also, the user's cursed energy reserves will be extremely low and it is unlikely they'll be able to cast a second domain. So no person is able to use the domain expansion more than once a day, apart from one person, who is the man Satoru Gojo. He is the only person capable of using the domain expansion more than once a day. And even after achieving the activation of domain expansion with a cursed technique, a domain can still be incomplete if the user is unable to fully form the barrier. So the technique won't provide the guaranteed hit, but unlike improper innate domains, the user's cursed techniques are still vastly improved. So even after the activation of a domain expansion with a cursed technique, if the domain is incomplete, if the user is unable to fully form the barrier, they won't have a guaranteed hit, but their cursed techniques will still vastly improve. But what are the ways to actually counter a domain expansion? Well, the automatic hit provided by domain expansion can be countered with a blast of cursed energy, but this method is impractical for most users. The only true way to counter domain expansion is for the target to expand their own domain. This automatically nullifies the automatic hit and both domain users will enter a struggle where the more refined domain will win. So in simpler terms, whoever's domain is better out of the two, that domain will win. And escaping a domain surrounded by a barrier is almost impossible. However, the more the barrier is reinforced from the inside, the more vulnerable it is to penetration from the outside. And in specific situations, an ally of the domain's target can break in to rescue them. And this was seen when Itadori penetrated into Mahito's self-embodiment of perfection domain expansion. And domain expansion struggles don't always have to result in one domain conquering the other. Using domain expansion against a more refined domain can create a hole in the barrier for them to escape from as well. So there you have it guys, that's the domain expansion in Jujutsu Kaisen explained. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and comment down below of what you think of the domain expansion. And if you do want me to explain all of the domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, then let me know in the comment section down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I hope you guys have a nice day and I will catch you on the next one.